Well, that was a lovely stay.
Yes, it was. Very nice and quiet.
Quiet. You can't hear the river from inside, but knowing it's there is enough for me.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a kind of a cloudier day, and there's something about the desert to me that feels more soothing, right? Like, obviously, sun's great, improves your mood, gets us solar, but the colors really seem vibrant.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just like having not such a bright sky makes the colors on the ground really pop.
Especially the red, they all kind of like, it's sort of neutral, I don't know, it changes it's a color shift, let's say. So today we are heading out of here. Du Bois is a nice, Du Bois. It's a nice little town. I will always remember the kindness they showed us when we ran out of coolant because our engine overheated going up the pass here on 26.
The money, the bus, yeah.
Money, the bus, and we called Napa and we're like, is there any way? And they're like, don't even worry about it. They brought us some coolant.
They were there in like an hour too. They were there quick.
Yes, and no delivery charge.
Yeah.
And so just, man, they know what the people need and they provide the service and they do it with a smile and kindness and a good conversation. She was awesome. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice spot to, not a big town. You're not going to see a Walmart and a Lowe's and whatnot. But we actually do have something to pick up for our upcoming video, a little tutorial that might be helpful for folks. So we might hit up a Walmart today.
Yeah.
But we've got a real fun route planned.
We do. I feel like I've worked hard on this route.
We've been adjusting it and adding little tweaks and whatnot, and what do you want to go through and whatnot. And,
yeah.
Oh boy, it is a little harder to breathe out here. I think we're close to 7,000 feet.
Yeah. So. And I've been driving the last couple of days a little bit more because
so I can get some good footage.
Yeah, Joel's just like better with the camera instinctually. I don't know. So it's actually I have been fine with me driving and him filming from the passenger seat.
Yeah. Well, let's hit the road and I'll drive this time. We have landed. As you can see, we're here at the Wind River Casino. They have free overnight parking from everything we've read. We're gonna go check in and make sure we're all good to go. They also, if you need 30 or 50 amp hookups, they have that as well. Yep, you just have to check in. 50, 30, 20 amp. The one thing I'm not seeing though, no dump station here.
Nope.
At least not out in this area. They have a lot of power outlets though. So this is technically, we're well within the boundaries of the Wind River Reservation. But something we've not seen anything about at all. We're seeing US and Wyoming flags everywhere. We're not seeing any of the nation's flags. For the Shoshone people, there's another tribe out here as well.
Arapaho.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting. So, and we've been looking at all the businesses around, kind of up and down the road, and we had to look it up. And it turns out that the EPA recognizes fully that like this is a sovereign nation, including Riverton.
Yeah.
Including Riverton. But in, was it 2018? 2019?
2017.
2017. I guess it was challenged, and a circuit court decided no, like actually they wanted to disband or modify the boundaries.
This is going back to a treaty in like 1905.
So it is fascinating. Actually, we see the U.S. Department of Agriculture out here. We've seen some stuff for that. So it's hard to know where the boundaries are. And the reason this kind of came up is because I was like, okay, we wanted to go to the Bureau of Indian Affairs and just get some information. Like, hey, let's know where the bounds are, right? And we want to be respectful, of course. Hey, what are the rules, right? And that's closed today. And so we were looking up to like see, okay, what about like the police department, you know, whatever, like what's allowed, where do we learn? Because we're not seeing any specific tribal law online.
No.
Which is very strange.
Yeah.
And it turns out there's a county sheriff right in town, sheriff's department.
And Riverton has its own police department.
Yeah, which they might have, you know, tribal police. But to have a county sheriff here would imply that it's U.S. territory. So it's very, I don't know. We have a lot to learn. It is confusing. And I imagine it's just as confusing for the folks that live here as well. But anywho, it is really cool getting to cross the country and see all of these different areas. This is obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a different culture. Here's a bison there. Nice. A little bit of a different culture. But also, you know, being a sovereign nation, that's just interesting stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice looking hotel, and looks like maybe the casino's on this side. It also appears that buffets have really, for the most part, just gone away.
Out of Las Vegas, yeah.
What a shame. We saw a Old Country buffet a few weeks back.
Yeah.
We didn't stop in. Like, I don't know why. I'm craving a good buffet right now.
We're gonna go have lunch though.
Well, this is some interesting artwork here. A nice mural here. They also have, to go with the bison outside, an inside bison. And some calves. Oh my goodness, we were watching a video with bison calves, and they are the cutest. This is kind of a fun little deal here. All right, and now we are in the casino, and gift shop, there's some restaurants around. We gotta pick our favorite one. It looks like it goes pretty deep over here though. And we're in a non-smoking area, thankfully. Some casinos you can smoke anywhere, but not this one. It's also interesting, I asked the front desk gal a little bit about like, hey, where are we? And she's like, yeah, we're within the tribal bounds, but didn't know a whole lot. So kind of I do like this floor.
Yeah, I do too.
But yeah, you would think folks would know a little more about the history and culture, and guess not. Interesting. Yeah. Hit or miss, I'm sure.
I've got a pamphlet that might give us some information.
We just love learning about different cultures and customs and expectations. And this is the buffalo. And we're kind of navigating through, it's sort of like a little maze in here. And another buffalo bison statue. But US and state flag. It's interesting, right, guys? We also really like to learn about history of places, so. Man, a chicken parm with spaghetti there. And I got the brisket, which this looks so good. Beans, potato salad. Should be good. Smells great. How was your chicken parm?
It was really good. How was your prime rib or whatever you got? Brisket.
It was very, very good. I feel like it was heavier. I probably should have gone with the chicken parm, but it was excellent either way. And they weren't terribly expensive.
No.
You know,
it was $30 total for both our meals.
Yeah, it's really not terrible. So yeah, good chat with folks in there. Man, they're just some nice folks. We have been hitting overall just nice people. The nice thing here though, we were, especially in direct comparison to Jackson, I'm like, how's it living out here? And she goes, it's actually affordable, which was one of the reasons I moved back here. I was like, yeah, because, you know, and compared to Jackson, she stops and she's like, no, Jackson is not representative of Wyoming.
Right. Yeah,
it's not just us that thinks it's insane. But I think we might run the dogs a little bit, actually. We did get some new balls for them, which is cool. They're gonna appreciate that. We lost one. Oh, they're sad about it. You think they're excited? Yeah? Yeah? Jeez, bud. Yeah, I think they're excited. It sure is pretty land out here. We were just talking on the way in about, you know, growing up, I always thought that the desert climate, you know, this sort of dry desert, right? Just dry, and I used to think it was really ugly. And, you know, there's a lot of beauty to the west of the Cascades and you know, the forests and rivers and all that. And I've definitely grown to really love the desert climate.
Yeah, so I.
It's a nice thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it always feels like there's just, for some reason, there's just possibility. I think it's because others don't love it as much. I just feel more free, you know? All our favorite areas to camp and such have been in, you know, and we love Nevada far more than I expected we would.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Now, granted, one good reason for that might just be that, obviously, solar's nice, you know, given that we live off of solar power. That's pretty cool. I don't know. It's just a different way of existing. The heat can be oppressive, but especially with solar power, I might feel different if we didn't have as much, you know, if we didn't know how to live off of solar and such. And not that it's difficult, but there's a little equipment and such involved. But I like the dry air. I've grown up with just like very moist Pacific Northwest air. I like the dry air. It's definitely growing on me, that's for sure. And also, you know, yeah, you have like rattlesnakes and, you know, scorpions to worry about every now and then. You know, pack rats maybe, but we've never really had trouble with them, and no, we've just had great luck. I don't know. What do you guys think? Some of you guys are like, no. Like quartzite to me is just, it's wonderful. It's not like you don't get the mountains, right? We still have mountains and all that, but and in quartzite, for example, you know, there are definitely, I don't know if it's what the split is, but there are definitely folks that are like, no, quartzite's ugly, it's brown, it's whatever, but there's so many colors in the desert, you know, it's kind of cool. Granted, we also have the ability to bring our water with us, and without water, you don't last very long in the desert. So there's a big factor, I suppose. You know, technology has really changed my perspective, I think. What are you guys doing? Get over here. You know, and mold is something that we really don't worry about almost at all anymore, really, because if you have a spill and, you know, it's not perfect, the dry air will take care of it for you for the most part. You know, you don't be reckless and such, but, you know, what do you have in your paw? What do you have in your paw? Let's see it. Oh, got a bird there, huh? Gotcha. Okay. Is that better? Is that better? There you go. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Come on. Ready? Go hit it. Go. Colty. Go try. Best girl.
You can tell who her favorite is.